There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting random DOS game show. And this is Spectrum Holobyte's Solitaire Royale, designed by Brad Freger and Michael Sandage or something like that. So, we get to select the deck. We could have baseball, we could have some sort of geisha, I don't know, or cars, or we could have, let's go for the Tropical Island deck. That's nice that it allows us to, oh, look at this, select a game. Oh, and there's mouse support, which is important. I played a solitaire game not that long ago, which was from the 80s, which had mouse support. So let's see how it does with Klondike, because that's my favourite, obviously. And for those who don't know, I like me a bit of solitaire. I'm not the best player in the world, you know. So can we stick the ace up there? 2 up the ace. Yes. And the goal of Klondike Solitaire, should probably start a timer, shouldn't I, is to get all these into corresponding order of suit. And in order to do that, you have to put red on black and black on red and build up various things until you get your aces, which can go up there, and then you can put corresponding suits up there. And yeah, this looks and feels acceptable. I think it's EGA. It doesn't look like it's VGA. I think that it's a bit early for VGA. VGA had just come around. This was what, like 1987 or so? I think that's what it said. I wasn't paying much attention. So let's have a look. 3, 2, 5, 7, kings, queens, tens. Let's draw a card. Ah, look at that. It's drawn the 3 cards. And we can select the one on top. King of diamonds, not really much help for us at the minute. So we'll draw again. And we're just playing a casual game here. I'm not being particularly good or anything. There's we'll stick a jack down there and a queen down there. There we go. It's not really helping our cause much, but we can stick the red 10 on the jack. And there's another red 10. Well, that's not very good. It's quite intuitive, the control, the red jack. We'll stick that down on the queen. You ever say something wrong and then feign an accent? As if you're like, oh yeah, I meant to say it that way because I was putting on an accent. That's what just happened there. Yes, we'll not talk about people with strange accents because I definitely fall into that camp, I assure you. Blackjack. Wrong game. We're playing solitaire, not blackjack. Ha, ha, ha. 9. Oh, a 9. I can stick that down there. And it's not the most thrilling thing in the world to watch. I'll admit that, you know. But I just have a soft spot for this game. Solitaire is the most played computer game in history. It's not the best selling. I think the best selling was Tetris. But because it was installed on so many machines in the Windows era, the early Windows era, through to, you know, modern times, I guess, it just had so many people playing it. Let's see. I think I've scuppered myself already here, which is unfortunate, but, you know, these things happen. I didn't select a game where I could, you know, feasibly win. And that happens sometimes, you know. Sometimes you just get a game where the deck is stacked against you. Yeah. See? Card analogy. What if we hit escape? Oh, look at that. There's a nice menu, which you could navigate with mouse, but if you navigate with mouse, it goes like this. So, best not to do that. So, let's start a new game. Let's just have a look at the various renditions. You've got Pyramid, which is a thing. I've never played Pyramid Solitaire. Golf. You've got a lot of variants. This is very impressive. I mean, you could look up as well and say how to play golf. The objective of golf is to move all the cards to the foundation, one pile in this case. We got Klondike, which we can cancel out of. Canfield. Okay, that looks a bit different. Tell us about Canfield game. It's to move all of the cards onto the foundation, dealt into 4 columns, with each column containing 1 card. All 4 cards in the tableau are face up. There's a holding pile to the left of it and slightly below. The holding pile contains 13 cards with the top card face up and available. Oh, so it's like you have an extra pile of holding or something. Okay, let's have a look at corners. I'm just going through the variants here, just out of interest. And more importantly, I've just discovered that there is keyboard support. So if you were way back in 1987 and for some reason you had an IBM compatible PC or IBM PC and your mouse wasn't working, or you just straight up didn't have a mouse, you could still operate this game entirely with the keyboard. That's nice. And the how to play section reflects the game that you're playing. So if you've forgotten what game you're playing, not only is there a helpful thing on the actual board which says, here you're playing this variant, you can also straight up go to how to play and it'll have corners selected for you. That is actually very intuitive. I mean, I'm not going to sit and try and learn all the Solitaire variants. That would be very boring to watch. But the fact that it has so many variants so early is very impressive. And obviously, there has to be the direct comparison with Wes Cherry's Solitaire, which, as you know, is the most played game, because I mentioned it earlier. But Wes Cherry's Solitaire, it only initially had Klondike, I believe. I'm going back in time here. I think I first played Wes Cherry's Solitaire in about 1993, and I distinctly remember it only having Klondike. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody can correct me in the comments there. So there's various others, and there's tournament play. Does that mean multiplayer? Let's have a look. Or is that just another variant of Solitaire? Not entirely sure. So let's have a look at the help options. We can back up a move, peek into a pile, so you can actually see what cards are coming if you want. Intro to Solitaire. How to play Solitaire. Oh, very, very helpful. Basic definitions and play action. So all the manual stuff is there in the game, which wasn't that commonplace back in the day. You know, you didn't have all this detailed documentation. You usually had to consult a manual. Right, let's play a little more Klondike, just for the fun of it. And the audience is groaning. They're like, "No, Lawnie, no. Why did you force yourself to play Klondike and force us to watch? We're your long-suffering audience. Please stop." So 5 and 3 doesn't go. 7 and 9, no help there. 9 and Jack, not really. What a terrible hand. You know what? It just told me better luck next time, because I scored 0. Thanks, game. I appreciate your pity. Did it just deal exactly the same again? Help. So, start this game over. Will that'll give the same? Yes. So, how do I get a different set of cards? Do I have to switch to Canfield and then switch back to Klondike? Yes, there we go. There's an ace there. Right. So if you switch between game modes, it'll randomize the deck again. So you can do stuff like that. Stick the ace on top and feel accomplished. Pile may not be placed there. So I don't think I'm not sure there's a click and drag. I think it's just a click and click function like that. Let's try dragging. Yeah. Well, obviously I can't drag the 2 there. Come on, Lawnie. So we got a queen. No help there. No help there is kind of something a dealer would say in the middle of poker. 8 and 2. Not much help there. I don't know, I intuitively see cards and I start spouting stuff like that. It's like a psychosomatic response or something. Let's stick that 7 on the 8 and that'll reveal the ace of hearts. So if we find the 2 of hearts somewhere, we can do something with that. 6, nah, don't need that. But yeah, you don't need to see me play Solitaire Royale for 20 minutes. I think this will probably be on the top 25, you know. Mainly because it's just a really well put together early commercial version of Solitaire. And you don't even need me to tell you what it is or anything like that. It's just a really well functioning, entertaining bit of software. So kudos to the developers. You've done a really good job here. And I think of the various Solitaire games I've played for DOS, this is probably the best one. And it's probably better than the original Windows version because it has more variants of Solitaire. So yeah, excellent work, and you'll see it in the top 25. And if you like me talking about random DOS games, I do it all the time. Feel free to take a look at the hundreds of other videos on the channel. And if you like what you see there, you can always subscribe. And if you are amazed that I managed to make such a dry and soundless game seem exciting and interesting, you're probably one of my patrons or members. Look at those great names. They would be much better at showcasing all kinds of variants of Solitaire. Wonderful individuals. So yeah, not much to say about this one really. So I could have gone 20 minutes with it. I decided not to for the sake of your sanity. Wonderful commercial version of Solitaire. If you like the EGA palette and you like DOS gaming and you want to play some Solitaire with full mouse support, this is the one. Very impressive stuff, especially for 1987. Until next time.